What's going on, my peoples? This your boy, Mr. OBF, back one time for your mind. Welcome to the OBF, the network, people. Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button so you guys you get the live streams when we go live, people. And if you can, donate to the channel. Go to OBF The Real, Cash App, and donate to the channel. People will highly appreciate anything you guys could donate to the channel. All right, people. I told y'all I got to fix my shit up, man. My shit's still fucked up. Just got some of it to fix, so we'll be back. I'm working on a new intro anyway. But anyway, so I ran into this story, I think this morning, and shout out to AM Sports Media, and I'm gonna let the brothers speak on this shit, and I'm gonna get my 2 cents in. And unbelievable. This is the real reason why I'm not a fan of Terrence Crawford. This is the real reason. Listen, let's just get into it, man. This is why I'm not a fan of Terrence Crawford. I'm just going to say that for right now. Y'all know I'm going to say some more, but this is why. Let's get into it.
Welcome back to the Angry Man Podcast with Jason and Greg. So, Jay, it is March 24th, and there was something that you sent me yesterday that I thought was quite interesting. And the first thing I thought in my mind was the unmitigated gall of this individual to even suggest this. But before we get into this, I would like to welcome you all back to the channel. I would also like to welcome you to the Discord, the AM Sports Media Discord, where we're doing things in there that you won't see anywhere in the sport of boxing, and working on some really nice things there. So make sure you join our Discord, and if you get the opportunity, ask us in the comment section for the Discord link, and it will be provided to you. And before that, make sure you smash the like button so other people can find this content. Now, Jay, let's get into it. Yeah. Terrence Crawford was conducting an interview, and I want to pull it up because I want to make sure I say it specifically. And I don't want to misquote the gentleman, because he said some things that I just said to myself, wow. This is what he said, Jay. To Ring Magazine, Terrence Crawford told Ring, a unification bout between lightweight world champions Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson would be dope as a co-feature to his anticipated Riyadh card fight against Canelo Alvarez. But he said that, Tank, it would be dope if Tank wasn't so cocky. So basically.
What? Listen, people, I'm real dead serious about this. It got to be something in the air in this country. Motherfuckers then lost they marbles, or motherfuckers is plain delusional. Listen, I appreciate the confidence that Terrence Crawford has. But it gets to a point that where you start, it's almost to the point that where like you just start saying some real ridiculous delusional shit. Like you're partly delusional about how great. Listen, I ain't even gonna say how great you are as a boxer. Listen, people, he must don't know you're not even more popular than Earl Spence Jr. Motherfuckers can't wait. We anticipating, hoping. Some people, maybe even like me, I'm 50-50 on it. I hope he retired from that ass whooping Terrence Crawford gave him. But if Earl Spence decides it's supposed to be somewhere in November or October of this year when he's supposed to come back. This motherfucker Dan had been off for 2 years layoff. Whatever. That's why I don't even. Anyway. We're waiting on Earl Spence to come back. Nobody's waiting on Terrence Crawford to fight. Like, I'm being genuinely honest about this nigga. The only reason we even excited or wanting to see a fight is because you fighting, from my understanding, you're supposed to be fighting Canelo in September. Now, let's just think about this. We don't even know when Tank or Shakur next fight is, really, right? They probably fight somewhere around June or July. So you talking about they just coming off fights. They going to get right back in the ring in September in 2-something months? Maybe, listen, I wouldn't mind it, but it's not what's the word I'm looking for? It's not possible, because Tank is most likely rematching Lamont Roach. That's going to be a tough fight for him. I believe this fight, you may even see, we know Tank got a chin, but everybody can get knocked the fuck out. And from the last fight that Lamont Roach put on, Lamont Roach can really genuinely hurt Tank. We seen that he can hurt Tank. I don't think Tank was hurt. I seen Tank get stunned a couple of times, but I don't think he was hurt. But Lamont Roach can hurt Tank. So this ain't going to be no cake. This no walk in the park, you know. This ain't going to be a walk in the park for Tank in this next fight. This is going to be actually a very dangerous, another real dangerous fight. Now motherfuckers recognize, like I kept saying, and everybody was like, oh, Tank this, Tank that. I told y'all Lamont Roach was like that. Motherfuckers was like, oh, yeah. Tank should just knock, Tank gonna knock him out. Okay, cool. All right. But anyway, so that's gonna be a tough fight for him. We don't know if Shakur going. Listen, Shakur can't take another tune-up fight. He can't take another. I ain't even gonna say a tune-up fight. He can't take another bullshit ass fight. He just can't. So he's gonna have to fight somebody. So he's talking about moving up to 140 to fight Teofimo. Teofimo, I think they get ready to fight in May. So it looked like maybe Shakur may, if the dude does happen, Shakur may have to fight somewhere maybe in August or late July. So that don't make any sense. So we don't know who fucking Shakur gonna fight. It's always up in the air. He listen. Anyway, so that's one thing about it. Then the other thing is, Terrence, we're not looking for you, bro. Nobody's looking for you. You decided to take a little bullshit ass fight at 154 and move all the way to then it 3 weight classes up to go fight Canelo Alvarez for a bag. When you had plenty of, it might not be Canelo money, but you had nice, good money you could have made at 154. Looked like Jamar Cholo's coming back. You probably could have got another rematch with Earl Spence. Like, it was shit there for you to do. But it is what it is. But nobody's checking for you, bro. Nobody's checking for Terrence Crawford. You're not on the same level of popularity than Tank. You're not even making more money than Tank. You're not even selling out different stadiums like Tank. By yourself. You can't do that. Your last fight in LA was you didn't sell nothing. Come on, man. Anyway, let's move on. Terrence Crawford should be ashamed of himself.
He would have to feel okay about being on a Terrence Crawford undercard. That's what he said. Dude,
My bad, people. I fucked up. I hit the wrong button.
Welcome back to the Angry Man Podcast with Jason and Greg. So we are right back at you guys with another video with Crawford because he's been saying some things here over the last few days that I thought were interesting and that we should be Canelo Alvarez. I think I'll be a top 3 pound-for-pound fighter of all time. Dude, so
my bad.
He would have to feel okay about being on a Terrence Crawford undercard.
Now, hold on. Let's just put this way. Why the fuck? Let's just try to make some type of sense of this, right? Why the fuck would Tank fight on anybody undercard when he headlines? He's a headliner. Why would he, even when him and David Benavidez did a co-main event thing, he still was the headliner. Why the fuck would he come second fiddle to Terrence Crawford? He doesn't make more money than Tank. He doesn't put more asses in the seat than Tank. What are we talking about? Just off of business. It doesn't even make any sense. First of all, your boy, what is his name? Turkey will have to pay Tank to do some shit like this. Is be real. Just for Tank to be on Terrence Crawford undercard, he would have to pay Tank upfront money, 25 mil. Up front. And then on the back end, Tank gonna want another 25 mil. What the fuck are we talking about here? How would somebody like Tank, that's a headliner, play second fiddle to Terrence Crawford or Canelo when he makes the same bread as Canelo? Like, what we're talking about here? Now, mind you, you and your boy Shakur don't make no money. Y'all are not that popular, other than what y'all doing the trolling. Only good thing about you, Terrence Crawford, you actually fight somebody. Your little brother don't fight nobody. Like, this nigga is smoking crack, man. It's something in the air in America. Because a lot of people are fucking delusional about this bitch. But anyway, let's move on. This nigga is delusional.
Yeah. Dude, so I don't even know where to begin, right? If Gervonta Davis wasn't so cocky to be on under a Terrence Crawford undercard, that is what he said.
First of all, time out. First of all, it ain't even about being cocky. Let's just go off of just business. It doesn't make any sense. Why the fuck? First of all, y'all ain't gonna pay Tank the money to even take second fiddle to you. You're gonna have listen. First of all, you're gonna have to pay Tank Davis like a headliner. He even if he let's just say Tank, plays second fiddle to you, you still gonna have to pay him like y'all getting paid. You and Canelo. You're gonna have to pay him like Canelo getting paid. Not even like you, because we know Canelo gonna make the more money. That's how you're gonna have to pay Tank. So financially and business-wise, it don't make no sense. The fuck is this nigga talking about? It just doesn't mean Terrence Crawford. God damn. This is why I said that Terrence Crawford is a bad businessman. He don't know what the fuck he talking about. He don't know shit about business. And second of all, listen, Tank just coming off of headlining, selling out the Barclays Center. He sold out more than what you did in LA in your last fight. What are you talking about? You did Vegas with Earl Spence. You didn't even sell more than him when he fought Ryan. What are you talking about? Man, let's move on, man. Let's move on. This nigga Terrence Crawford is crazy.
SJ, why don't I support Terrence Crawford? He is a great father. He is a great boxer. He is a great man. He's a philanthropist. He does all these things in his community. He's giving back. He is a pillar of the Nebraska area, Omaha, Nebraska area. And this is the reason why. Because you make statements like this that are...
And I always still think that Terrence Crawford has insecurities. He's way too... He talking about Tank is cocky. You're way too cocky. So I believe you got a lot of insecurities. That's why you would say some bullshit like this. Tank should be on your undercard. Him and Shakur. First of all, you trying to make it seem like him and Shakur is on the same level. And I ain't talking about boxing. I'm just talking about putting asses in the seats and the money they make. Then you try to pretend that you make way more money than Tank. The audacity of that. Tank last two fights with Frank and Lamont Roach, he made way more money than you made fighting Earl Spence. I ain't even going to count the money he fucking made against Ryan. That ain't even fair. Like, what are you talking about, bro? Let's move on, bro. This dude crazy.
Extraordinarily absurd. Gervonta Davis historically has sold more than Terrence Crawford. That's number one. So why on earth, as someone who has sold less pay-per-views, would you suggest that someone that has sold more be on your undercard? That makes no sense to me at all, and it's disrespect and it's disingenuous. Not only
but that's his whole purpose of saying the shit that he's saying. He already say he don't like Tank. He don't know Tank, but he don't like him. From afar. I would respect that more. I don't like Tank from afar. He don't seem like a dude I like. I would respect that more. But to each his own. But that's his intentions, to troll and to be disrespectful. He know damn well He's not even on the same level. We're not talking about fighting. We're talking about pay-per-view sales and putting asses in the seats. You're not even on that level. Only reason that fight was so big with you and Earl Spence is because of Earl Spence Jr. or the work Earl put in. Because you wasn't fighting no fucking body. You fought Earl Spence leftover Sean Porter partly 1 foot out the door. You've been fighting tomato cans, bro. You ain't been fighting nobody. And you know why I know you ain't been fighting nobody? Because you don't sell. Anytime you make a little bread and you sell something, it usually because a big name fighter. Tank ain't gotta fight a big name fighter like that to sell out. That's the difference. You can't sell on your own. You can't sell being the headliner. We already seen it. It's already been proven. I wish these niggas give it up or stop hating on Tank. Give it up. Stop hating. The shit looks weak. You look weak. And you look delusional. You're not on his level. Motherfuckers didn't even know who Lamont Roach really was. A lot of people didn't. In boxing, people knew. Real true boxing fans knew who Lamont Roach was. Outside of that, casual fans, they didn't know who the fuck Lamont Roach was. Tank sold. He sold that bitch out in the Barclays Center. He sold 200. It looked like he sold 290, 260,000 pay-per-views. What we talking about here? What we talking about? You didn't even hear about Terrence Crawford pay-per-views because he didn't sell. Nobody watching him fight tomato cans, bullshit ass fights. This nigga had to bring Eminem out to try to get motherfuckers to buy the pay-per-view. Nigga do a whole show. Eminem had to do a whole then they did a whole concert. Man, you got to be kidding me, bro. Motherfucker had 1,300 fighters fighting on the card and still didn't sell. What y'all talking about? Y'all got to be kidding me, man. Motherfucking, just think about what's going on. Maybe Turkey is paying these niggas, but we'll find out. You got Rolly Romero, Ryan Garcia get ready to fight. You got Devin Haney get ready to fight. You got Teofimo Lopez get ready to fight on the same card, and it's damn near free to the public. You got to be kidding me. And if I'm mistaken, I don't think it's on pay-per-view. It can't be on pay-per-view if it's free for the public to come in. Why would motherfuckers pay for that shit? Maybe it's some new shit I don't know nothing about, but hey, man, that don't make no damn sense. So they ain't get ready to say. They ain't get ready to sell. None of these niggas in boxes are selling anything. Listen, people, it's only about 4 people that actually sell in boxing. That is Tank Davis, Canelo Alvarez, Earl Spence, and fucking David Benavidez. And all of them, other than Canelo, is PBC fighters. Nobody else is selling shit. Come on, bro. This nigga, Terrence Crawford, you should be ashamed of yourself for saying this shit. Let's move on.
Number two, to the point that you just made earlier, it is a Canelo fight. Terrence Crawford, you are the B-side. You are.
Think about that. The motherfucker that you talking about, Tank Davis, should be on your undercard. But you the B-side on your own card. On your own fight. And Tank is the A-side on all his fights. When he went pay-per-view. Since he been pay-per-view. He been an A-side. What we talking about here? For the last of when he's fighting nobodies, he's the A-side. Terrence Crawford. When he's fighting somebody with another name, you ever notice he's the B-side? He fought Earl Spence. He was the B-side. He get ready to fight Canelo. He's the B-side. He ain't got. Listen, man. Terrence Crawford should be ashamed of himself.
What do they call them when there's an actor? The actor, you got an actor and they're like I can't remember the term of it, but yeah, you're basically in a supporting role, right? What are you talking about? If Gervonta Davis was on the undercard, it would be on the undercard of a Canelo fight. Not a Terrence Crawford fight, a Canelo fight, because Terrence Crawford is never sold as the A-side. So it's a disingenuous statement. It's meant to be disrespectful. And when you call it out and you call out the details of it, you're called a hater. It makes no sense to me whatsoever, Jay. What's your thoughts on this?
And listen, and the crazy shit about it, Tank got a lot of respect for Canelo. I don't believe it. Listen, the only way Tank even fight on the undercard of a Canelo fight, that only way that'd be if Canelo was if Canelo paying Tank like Canelo's getting paid. That's the only way. That's the only way. And Tank got a lot of respect for Canelo. But he ain't gonna fight on no fucking Canelo Alvarez undercard. Unless that money right. Unless Tank is getting paid like he the headliner. Like he the A-side. Like Canelo. Everybody knows when you fight Canelo Alvarez, when you fight Tank Davis, they are automatically the A-side. This is a fact. This ain't no make-up shit. Listen, just say this. If Terrence Crawford was to fight Tank Davis, do y'all understand that Tank Davis would still be the A-side? What we talking about here, man? Hey, man, get Terrence Crawford the fuck up out of here, man. Terrence Crawford should be ashamed of himself. Hey, Terrence Crawford, just keep preparing yourself for this Canelo fight in September, bro. Leave Tank name out your mouth, man. Stop speaking on Tank. You ain't on the same level when it comes to putting asses in the seats or pay-per-views. You're not on that level. As a fighter, I think that at this point in your career, you've been around longer, you probably better than Tank. My honest opinion, I believe you probably better. But let's just be real. Your resume ain't even better than Tank's. Let's just be real. I don't give a fuck you been undisputed and you move different weight classes. I don't care. You ain't been fighting nobody. Your resume is trash. My honest opinion. And I'm a boxing head. I love boxing. You ain't fought nobody, bro. Only probably maybe 2 to 3 to 4 people Maybe 4, maybe 5 people on your resume I actually genuinely respect. Other than that, fuck out of here, nigga. You've been fighting some bullshit ass fighters, man. Get the fuck out of here. We want to talk about you great. Anyway, let's move on, y'all.
Man, I was just baffled by the comment.
Yeah, when I saw it, that's why I read it. I was like, man, let me send this to him, make sure I'm not reading this wrong. Because I'm like, look, man, you're doing this to your point to be disingenuous. You know, Kerr, of course, never been on the main event for a pay-per-view.
Correct.
Never. He wasn't even co-main. He was a to the co-main on his own chance. You know, against the electrician. You know, so I'm like, I get that's okay for Kerr. That's okay with other fighters, but on Tank's level, nah, no. He did the be slick at the mouth. You know what I'm saying? It's just his fans are gonna be mad that we're pointing that out because he wasn't being really meaning that like that. He just wanted to throw a jab at Tank. You know what I'm saying? Because like we know historically, Tank has outsold Bud. We know that. Tank's the more popular fighter. We know that. And this has nothing to do about skill. It has nothing to do. No one's saying that Tank will beat Bud in a one-on-one or anything like that.
Yeah, and I want to make that clear to the Terrence Crawford fans. First of all, they in two fucking weight classes. But the other part is, I'm not saying that Terrence Crawford ain't great as a fighter. I second guess it a little bit of how great he really is because he ain't been fighting no damn body. Top Rank been matching him up very well for his career. I'm just gonna say that. But let's just be very, 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 very real. Nobody's questioning Terrence Crawford how great of a fighter he is. As far as his legacy of how great he really is, because I talk, it's about resumes. I don't know how. That's a whole nother discussion. So we ain't saying that. We ain't saying that Tank is on your level as a fighter. But if you want to be real, as far as resume, Tank resume is better than yours. But anyway, let's move on.
And turn that into. This is strictly talking about why would Tank go to be on your undercard when you're a participant? Canelo's gonna sell regardless. Canelo don't need you to sell. We know this. It's been done before. You're not.
And it's the same thing with Tank. Tank don't need Shakur. Legacy-wise, people want to see the fight that's different. But for selling, Tank don't need him. He doesn't need Terrence Crawford to be on Terrence Crawford undercard. Like, what the fuck? You acting like Tank Davis ain't selling like you or something. But we know that ain't true. Like it's almost like you saying Tank Davis trying to do Tank Davis a favor. Man, please, man. Terrence Crawford, you damn near been on everybody's promotional company. Damn near. Right? And you still don't sell, bro. Tank been under one promotional company, and that's the PBC. So it should have told you, but I'm gonna tell you why. Like a lot of those dudes from we call it the other side of the street, they don't want to fuck with PBC because they actually really gotta fight somebody, bro. And the PBC only gonna pay you for what you worth. How many asses you put in the seats. Hold on, y'all. Give me a second. One second. This nigga getting on my nerves. My bad, people. Oh, fuck, cat. You gotta keep them trained, man. Especially my cat. That nigga be wildin'. Anyway, let's move on.
The driving force in this fight here, Canelo is as far as sales. I mean, and that's okay to admit that, but to say this, to try to throw his jabs at Tank it's wild to me, man. It's like you try to look out for your buddy, your little brother Kerr. Have Kerr on that, not a problem. Have Shakur on that. You can be the co-main, to the co-main, anything like that. Tank is beyond that. Tank is not on that level. He's beyond that level, dude. You know, would I love to see these fights in succession? Sure. But the way you're putting it out there is not right. You're putting it out there like it's your card. You know, it's not equal. It's not 50-50. As far as who's pulling the lion's share of the money, who's the sell, who's the draw. It's not close to being 50-50.
Put it this way. If it happens in September with Canelo and Terence Crawford, because it looks that way, right? This is how you'll know. Because he ain't going to be able to pull that bullshit he pulled on Terence Crawford. I mean, on Earl Spence, right? He's not going to be able to do that. Where they flip the coin to see who comes out first and all that goofy shit. That ain't happened with Canelo, nigga. That ain't happening. Who you think gonna walk out first? Terence Crawford or Canelo Alvarez? Terence Crawford. He's gonna walk out first because he's the B-side. The fuck are we talking about? That's how we know that you ain't the headliner, nigga. You are somewhat of a co-headliner. And you always been that in big fights. With I'm saying like big names. You never been the motherfucking headliner. Earl Spence let you get away with a lot of shit. I don't even know why Earl let you do that shit. Let's move on, y'all.
With you and Canelo. Or Canelo, basically anybody for that matter. But you and Tank is not close what Tank pulls in versus what you pull in. As well as it being a draw. So, I mean, chill with the semantics on that. You're trying to be slick. We got you. We saw through it. You know, it's cute. And some people, they would say, try to be slick with that. Your fans are going to eat it up. You know, they're going to say, yeah, he should be. Oh, what the best by the best. It's not about that. It's about optics and how you're trying to make it seem like it's.
And now, from what I'm seeing, haven't seen nothing on the internet, ain't heard nothing from Tank. Because Tank already know this shit is preposterous. Like, the fuck out of here, bro. You trolling me right now. You trying to troll me or you trying to be disrespectful. I think my honest opinion, I think you trolling. Because you know better. You know damn well that you ain't even on the same level when it comes to putting asses in the seats and pay-per-views when it comes to Tank. You're not on that level. You're not even you're not even the headliner of this fight. You the co-headliner. You're not the main headliner. That is Canelo Alvarez, nigga. We know better than that. Let's move on. Yeah, of course. And you know what? It probably will bring more money and more sales and put more asses in the seats if Tank was on that bitch. The pay-per-views probably be crazy. That's why you want that shit. So you can make crazy money. You got two of the biggest names in boxing. Because you ain't one of them. Tank Davis and fucking Canelo Alvarez on the same card. So where you can make some bread. So you can do some backdoor shit Be like, well, look, this shit gonna sell out. I need more money. Even though let's just say Tank was the play second fiddle. He still bring more asses to the seats and more pay-per-views to that card than you do. Because we know what Canelo gonna do. We know his people coming out. His fans is coming out. It's a lot of people in boxing don't even want to see this fight because they believe that you're going to get your ass knocked out fucking with Canelo. This is real talk. That's what I said. If Canelo wound up knocking Terence Crawford the fuck out in this fight, people going to say, well, you know, he did move up. It's almost going to be the effect of the Charlo brother when he moved up and fought Canelo. And I want y'all to be very, very, understand this very, very well. The only way, and I mean the only way Terence Crawford is going to have a chance to beat Canelo Alvarez, if they do fight, is that nigga gonna have to move around that ring like he Floyd motherfucking Mayweather. He gonna have to box. He gonna have to put on a boxing clinic. He is not gonna be able to stand there and throw shots with Canelo Alvarez. He's not gonna be able to sit in the pocket as much as y'all think he is. Canelo, mother's like, well, Floyd did it. Listen, it was different. Canelo was younger. Canelo is mad more experienced now. This nigga box, he's a better boxer than when he fought Floyd. Terence Crawford, I don't know why people think that's the only way. That nigga gonna have to run around that ring, bro. He's not gonna be able to sit there and sit in the pocket and throw power shots and sit in the inside with Canelo. Canelo gonna knock his ass senseless and probably knock his ass out the ring. These niggas, and I'm gonna just tell y'all something, they the same height. It's not like Canelo been fighting niggas that's been taller than him with longer jabs and shit like that. Him and Terence Crawford is the same fucking height. Trying to tell y'all, man. And then all his fans say, well, at least he tried to fight to be great. You ain't say that about Charlo. But I believe if Terence Crawford go in that bitch thinking that he gonna knock out, he gonna think he can sit in the pocket with Canelo, he gonna get his ass knocked out. It's gonna be one of them fucking fights. Who's that? Amir Khan. That's what's gonna happen. Fucking around with Canelo, man. Can't sit in the pocket with Canelo like that. First of all, Canelo got a real chin. That motherfucker, it's something about them Mexicans, boy. Some of them Mexicans, they got real chins. Them motherfuckers, and you know, Canelo head big as a motherfucker. He like that. You listen, I'm gonna tell you something. You ain't never seen Canelo hurt. Ever. You ain't never seen him hurt. You seen people hit him with clean shots and shit like that, but you ain't never seen him hurt. It's like the same shit with Tank. You done seen niggas stun Tank, hit him with good shots, but never hurt him. I'll tell you, some niggas is just different. You gotta have better defense. Like, that's why Rocha lasted too. But I think Tank fucked up in them fights a little bit. A lot of shit was going wrong in that fight for Tank. But if Tank would have caught him with some more of them clean ass shots, he'd have knocked Lamont Roach out. But one thing that we do know, Lamont Roach do got a chin. Let's move on.
No different than Rolly saying that Dev is on his card. You know, Ryan is the driving force of sales for that particular fight. He's the most popular on that entire card. It's Ryan's fight card, not Rolly's. Same thing here. This is Canelo's fight card, not Bud's.
No, 100%. And again, this is the reason why I find Terrence Crawford to be someone that I can't get behind and root for, because I have found that he has said so many things in the past that I find to be disingenuous, things that are clear attempts to control a narrative. And it just creates this vibe that he is not an authentic person. And that is, I'm not trying to shade him as a person because I don't know him outside of the ring. What I'm saying is that when he makes these types of statements, it presents him as an inauthentic person, period. So Canelo's going to headline that card. Terrence Crawford is a co-feature, a supporting cast, whatever you want to call him. That's what he is. And never would those two meet. Whether you feel Gervonta Davis is a big draw or a face of boxing, there is no dispute that he is number 2 as it relates to pay-per-view sales, period, behind Canelo. Whether you think he only does on average 300, 200, $150, that's still more than your favorite fighter, period. So with that being said, why would the number 2 guy from a pay-per-view standpoint, and by all accounts, is a commercial draw based off of what we've seen from a pay-per-view.
And listen, even on pay-per-views, that's one thing. Canelo most likely going to do that. Listen, Canelo fans is like that. But you talking about a motherfucker like Tank Davis. Ticket prices be high. They don't be low. Canelo not selling like in them stadiums. He's not selling like Tank. These are facts. Pay-per-views may be different. Canelo probably still got the edge of that. But Tank is still number 2 in pay-per-view sales. But putting asses in the seats, generating the most money when it comes to putting generating bring people to wherever they're fighting, Tank is above Canelo. That's why a lot of people say that he's still the face of boxing. He's the face of boxing because Tank put asses in the seats. Canelo put asses in the seats, but them ticket sales ain't the same as Tank's. They're not. Let's just be real. Pay-per-views, yes. It's like a rapper. Yeah, pay-per-view, like they can make money. They get some money from the labels. It depends how they sell, right? It's like the pay-per-view shit. It depends how you selling the pay-per-views. You may get a little money. But where Tank and the rappers get and just say rappers and them boxers is really how many asses you put in them seats. How you make more money, like the rappers make more money on the road than they make from the label that they're under, or just like Tank, the promotional company, he may not make that much money, but he makes a lot of his goddamn money from putting asses in the seats. Going on, and it's like the rapper going on tour. That's where they make their money at. It's the same thing with Tank. And ain't nobody bigger than him. He draws more. He put more asses in the seats than even Canelo. These are facts. Let's move on.
Standpoint, and the fact that he has sellouts at each one of his last 2 fights and broke records for these gates. why would they go and be on your undercard, a gentleman who couldn't even pack out his home town?
And that's what I'm saying. Tank is selling. He's selling out. He's breaking box office numbers. Like, people, you're not realizing that. So for even Terrence Crawford to even come out and even say, like, he should be on my, for what? We know pay-per-views, he sells more than you. We're talking about where he fights in the arenas. It ain't even, you ain't even in the same stratosphere of Tank when it comes to putting asses in the seats. You're not even on that, you're not even on that level. Tank is way up here and you way down here. Why the fuck would he be on an undercard of yours? And then you not even the headliner on your own head, supposed to be, you the co-headliner. You're not the headliner, you the co-headliner. You the co-headliner on the headline and shit. The headliner fight. And you want Tank to play, you might say third fiddle to you. Which, if Tank came in that bitch, he would still may come second or first to Canelo. He would make, listen, Tank will probably make Canelo shit pack out even more. The pay-per-view sales might go crazy if Tank on that motherfucker. So if I'm Tank, if I was, just say Tank if he was to do it. If I'm Tank, I'm like, nigga, I want what Canelo getting. Everything Canelo getting, upfront money and back end money, I want the same. That's how big Tank is. Why the fuck would he even, like, why would you even say that? Tank will make more money than you, and you fighting the headliner. And you supposed to be co-headliner. Like I told you, Terrence Crawford is a bad businessman. He don't know what the fuck he talking about.
Of, what was it, the CH something, the Chai Center, something like that, where I believe it held around 18 to 20,000. He only got 14 in. Makes no sense. You guys tell us what you think in the comment section in regards to this. Don't forget to hate, like, comment.
Now, I want y'all to hear this other shit that he said if he beats Canelo, he's bigger. He will be bigger. I think he may be saying he'll be bigger than Muhammad Ali or on the same level as Muhammad Ali. This is some other crazy shit, but let's move on.
Top 3 pound-for-pound fighter of all time with Sugar Ray Robinson. And back to the Angry Man podcast with Jason and Greg. So we are right back at you guys with another video. But before we get into this video, I would like to invite you back to the channel. And also, I would ask that you smash the like button so other people can find this content. And make sure you ask us about our Discord, where we're doing things in there that you won't find anywhere else in the sport of boxing. Now, this is a video about Terrence Crawford. We just recently did one about old Bud Crawford because he's been saying some things here over the last few days that I thought were interesting and that we should discuss. Now, Terrence Crawford has gone on record, and Jay, I know that this is going to be considered hate, but I don't give a damn because I believe that these are the types of topics that we should be discussing as boxing fans. He went on record to state this, Jay. I'm not going to say if, but when I beat Canelo Alvarez, I think I'll be a top 3 pound-for-pound fighter of all time with Sugar Ray Robinson and Muhammad Ali. I don't think these spots will ever be taken. I think Canelo is up there with the all-time greats, too.
First of all, no, he ain't. No, he ain't. No, he ain't. And let me just be real. Let me throw out my top 5 greatest fighters of all time. listen, I never want to take anything away from Floyd Mayweather because personally, I don't like the man. Listen, it's always a debate if we want to be real about this shit, that is Floyd Mayweather the greatest fighter we have ever seen when it comes to Muhammad Ali. Him and Muhammad Ali. God rest Muhammad Ali's soul. It's a debate for the 1 and 2 spot. It ain't nobody else. Okay? Listen, I love Sugar Ray Robinson. I love Sugar Ray. I don't got Sugar Ray Robinson in my top 5. You can debate out 1 and 2 with Floyd and Muhammad Ali. It is what it is. Number 3, well, we have to throw Mike Tyson in there. This is our Mike Tyson. Then we want to be real about it. Sugar Ray Leonard. That's number 4 for me. And number 5, listen, man. People can, nigga, Lennox Lewis, listen, I may got Lennox Lewis 3rd and Mike Tyson 5. Like, motherfuckers like disrespecting Lennox Lewis like that. Lennox Lewis might be top 3. Matter of fact, he's top 3 for me. Like, what we talking about here? Listen, Terrence Crawford, before we even get to you, nigga, we Sweet Pea is old over you. God rest his soul, Sweet Pea. He's bigger. He's better than you. I don't think you could fuck with Sweet Pea back in his prime. Like, let's be real. First of all, listen, and second of all, your resume ain't all that to be talking about you, one of the all-time greats. Nigga, I don't even know if I got Canelo in my top 10. I really had to go down and really break this shit down. But far as my top 5, hell no. You or Canelo ain't in my top 5 or greatest of all time. Are you kidding me? Canelo ain't better than Sugar Ray. He ain't better than Mike Tyson. He ain't better than Lennox Lewis, Floyd Mayweather, or Muhammad Ali. What we talking about here? That's my top 5. And you can debate them niggas' resumes compared to Canelo's and Terrence Crawford. Let's debate them. Put it up. Actually, it ain't even a debate for me, but I open for the debate. Their resume ain't like that to be on the level as those guys. Fuck are y'all talking about? How this nigga all of a sudden he bump up? First of all, Mike Tyson resume is way better. Wins and losses, however you want to look at it. When people say Floyd is the greatest, because the people he did, all the people he beat in his resume, and he ain't lose to nobody. That's why it's debatable. But Muhammad Ali won and lost. And nigga, he is still top 2. He would never go out that bitch no time soon. He's one of those dudes. He's just, listen, if you want to be real about it, and we even be talking about the NBA, Muhammad Ali to boxing is like to the NBA, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. You are never putting Kareem Abdul-Jabbar out the top 5. It's not happening. It's like Michael Jordan, nigga. He's one of those dudes. You know you ain't putting Michael Jordan out the top. Shit, Michael Jordan can't be out the top 3. You ain't gonna never see nobody that was that damn great. It's almost like that, like Mayweather got that Kobe effect. But the only difference is, what helped Mayweather is that he didn't lose. That's why motherfuckers be like, debate, like, is Floyd the greatest? Let's move on.
So Terrence Crawford is now saying that if he beats Canelo Alvarez, that puts him in the top 3. He's literally putting himself on the same level as Muhammad Ali.
First of all, you're not even on the same level as Floyd Mayweather. How the fuck you even get to Muhammad Ali? You're not even on the same level as Lennox Lewis. You're not even on the same level as Sugar Ray Leonard. You're not even on the motherfucking same level as a Mike Tyson. You can be a great fighter, but you gotta sell. You ain't never been a headliner that sold. All the dudes I just named, they headline and sold. What are we talking about here? Let's move on. Being great in boxing is about putting asses in them seats too. And pay-per-view sales. Muhammad Ali is a little different because, you know, free TV and all that shit back in the day. But he still, even outside of that, he still was the biggest thing that ever walked the face of the earth. He's one of the biggest things that ever walked the face of the earth. Like, what we talking about?
I want to pause and I want you guys to, I want you to, before you start to say that this is hate, I want you to stop and pause and allow this to sink in. Ali, he's putting himself on the same level as Ali. Now, Terrence Crawford is a very accomplished fighter. Jay, I do not take anything away from him. He is 2-time undisputed. But with all things, specifically accomplishments like this, we need to make sure we put them in the proper context, right? And that proper context is, yes, you're 2-time.
And hopefully they're going to go down the route that I think they should go. But if they don't, I'm going to check that shit. Because there's a way how this motherfucker was 2-time undisputed. Even when a miracle, he beats Canelo Alvarez, it still wouldn't make him on the same. He wouldn't even crack my. Let's move on. But hopefully they break it down like I would break this shit down. But if not, I will check this shit.
I'm undisputed. And we think you are a great, great fighter. But who did you get these accomplishments against? Yeah, if you win 3 times. But who did you get these accomplishments against? Well, in this particular situation, if you beat Canelo Alvarez, I'm not going to say win like you did, but if you beat Canelo Alvarez, that means you have a total of 1 Hall of Famer on your resume. One. Now,
Now, mind you, would they saying that? Why them saying that? We all know Canelo is gonna go down as a Canelo Hall of Famer right now. We all know he's going to the Hall of Fame. Earl Spence. His resume speaks Hall of Fame. So you may can say 2. So maybe Sean Porter, maybe. But the rest of the niggas he fought, we don't know they're gonna be Hall of Famers, bro. But let's move on.
I want to call a couple of things out, Jay, because I don't think people really know exactly how many Hall of Famers that we have on these 2 individuals. And when I say these 2 individuals, I'm talking about Muhammad Ali, and I'm also talking about Sugar Ray Robinson, 2 of the people that he mentioned. Muhammad Ali has 10 Hall of Famers on his resume, Jay. 10. Sonny Liston, Joe Frazier, George Foreman, R.I.P., Ken Norton, Larry Holmes, Ezzard Charles, Floyd Patterson, Willie Pastrano, Jimmy Ellis, Oscar Bonavina.
And mind you, understand listen, people might say, Ken, you nitpicking. Well, it ain't fair. Listen, you gotta understand, they wasn't even getting paid like that back in the day. Like, Muhammad Ali didn't really, nigga, he needed the Nation of Islam to help him with finances. He had to go to Smoking Joe Frazier for some money. Like, these niggas wasn't getting paid like that back in the day, bro. Like, George Foreman, listen, the man is dead. God rest his soul. But at the end of his career, he was a piece of shit. I mean, at the end of his life, he was a piece of shit. My honest opinion. You side with white supremacy because he was a Trump supporter. Fuck him. But RIP to him. Ain't gonna disrespect him and bash him because he got family and kids and grandkids and shit. Great grandkids, most likely, probably. Listen, I don't want to disrespect him, but he wasn't shit. So for me to be like, dudes like, oh yeah, he passed away, let's give him. No, fuck all that. That man sold his people out at the end of the day. But he didn't start making a lot of money to be like 100 millionaire or some shit until later in his career, to when he started selling them grills and shit. Great investment. But they didn't make no money back in the day. Honestly. A lot of them niggas, Sugar Ray, all them niggas, they didn't make no money back in the day like that. They didn't own shit, nothing. Muhammad Ali, at the end of his career, y'all never notice, y'all ever hear, you never notice, you don't hear about him left a whole bunch of money when he finally passed away. He didn't have a lot of money. He didn't make no money back in the day. So mind you, he fought they were fighting the best of the best to try to get the biggest checks they could get. And it still wasn't a lot of goddamn money. Because back in those days, pay-per-views wasn't really like that. They were fighting on free TV. They was really making money, the upfront money, and I gotta go back and look at it, but they was making money how many asses they put in the seats. But they may not even make no money on the back end of putting asses in the seats. The pay-per-view shit started really getting big. I gotta look back up on it. I'm probably off. Probably around maybe the 80s. Like round Mike Tyson era. Like real talk. And I could be wrong about that, but I believe it was around the Mike Tyson era. Whenever put it this way. Because it was probably around the 80s. Whenever stuff started, you had to buy, like cable was kind of big and shit like that. And pay-per-views, you know, even with the cable, you had to have cable to get a pay-per-view. Like, so had to be subscribed. You had to have cable to even fuck with pay-per-view. So that most likely was in the 80s, bro. So those dudes wasn't making no money back then. They wasn't no pay-per-view and all that shit. They wasn't making no money. It's being real. Motherfuckers, I may got go back and look at that shit, but they wasn't making no money like that, bro. So they was really fighting motherfuckers back then.
I don't recall him. And then Sugar Ray Robinson has 6 Hall of Famers on his. Jake LaMotta, Gene Fullmer, Benny the Kid Parrott, Carmen Basilio, Randy Turpin, Thomas the Hitman Hearns. Why did he put that? That's not correct. So I don't know where that came from, but that is not correct. The other ones are. So 5 and 10 versus your 1. Had you fought 10 Hall of Famers, would you have been undisputed? My guess is you wouldn't be, because either you would have lost or you would have avoided fighting all 10. Floyd has how many Hall of Famers, Jay, on his resume? Let's look, because he is putting Floyd.
That's what I say. He even putting Floyd beneath him. Because he fighting Canelo. And let me just say something. Let's just be real about it. Yeah, you might be all this undisputed shit, but excuse me, let's be real. Floyd was never undisputed. Because the belts didn't mean that much to him. But he fought the best. He fought the best in his era. We can't say that for Terence Crawford. You didn't fight the best in your era. I don't give a fuck if he beat Canelo or not. You didn't fight all the best in your career. In your era. You have not. So let's be real. Say, all right, you not. There's only 3 people in your era that you knocked off. But you're not knocking off the best in your era. You only knocked off 3. 2 of them was right big names in your era. Sean Porter wasn't like, come on. We don't even know Sean Porter. Listen, Sean Porter may go down as a Hall of Famer because he did fight the best. See, that's somebody that I would say, hey, put Sean Porter. And I'm not a big fan of Sean Porter like that, but he did fight the best of his era. So, come on, man. Shout out to Sean Porter. Like, I listen, Sean Porter resume is way better than fucking Terence Crawford's. With wins and losses. His resume is just better. Let's be real.
he is putting himself above Floyd. I think Floyd has beaten the most world champions ever, right?
Yeah.
With like, was it 30 or so?
Yeah.
So why this thing searches, that what comes to mind for me is Floyd has beaten and has on his resume Oscar De La Hoya, Sugar Shane Mosley, Pacquiao. Is Gotti in the world? Is Gotti in the Hall of Fame? Okay,
Yeah.
it's popping up. Diego Corrales, Oscar De La Hoya, Shane Mosley, Jose Luis Castillo, Juan Manuel Marquez, Ricky Hatton, Shane Mosley, and Manny Pacquiao is what I'm finding as Hall of Famers that are on Floyd's resume. There are plenty other fighters that have multiple Hall of Famers on their resume, yet somehow you're going to bypass all of them because of an accomplishment against Canelo Alvarez, one Hall of Famer, and a bunch of people that nobody will ever remember. I'm sorry, Jay. What's your thoughts on this, fam?
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy to me the fact that he not only says that with Muhammad Ali and Sugar Ray Robinson, but you skip Floyd.
Yeah.
You surpassed Floyd just by beating Canelo. So
hold on, because you made a cogent point. You made a cogent point before we got on this. He's making that statement just because he beat Canelo. But what was the point that you made?
Does Bivol get in there?
That's one.
Bivol at? I mean, and you skip Floyd. I mean, so are we putting Bivol up there now because he washed Canelo, he beat Beterbiev, and he's undisputed.
So is he top three?
So
what about
top five?
What about Floyd? Floyd beat Canelo too. Does that make him top three?
Right.
Yeah. So you just pass them with one Hall of Famer being that it's Canelo? I'm not
First of all, let's just be real too. I believe that Oscar De La Hoya is a in the closet bigot. But Crawford, your resume ain't even better than fucking Oscar De La Hoya's. Shit, listen, let's be real. Is he really better than Shane Mosley? Like, let's be real. I don't know if Terrence Crawford could fuck with motherfucking Shane Mosley in his prime. Nigga, you crazy. You crazy. Hold on. Time out. We talking about Bernard Hopkins. Is he better than Bernard Hopkins? Hell no. Like, come on, man. This nigga just skip over all the legends. Hey, you talking about you've been undisputed 3 times means nothing. And I always keep saying this shit. Them belts ain't meant shit since Floyd. Since Floyd said them belts ain't really like that. It's who you fighting. How much money you making. How many asses you put in the seats, regardless if they hate you or love you. Floyd changed the game with that shit. First of all, nigga, stop the presses. I'm forgetting my mans. One of my favorite fighters of all time. Roy Jones Jr. Is Terrence Crawford better than Roy Jones Jr.? Are you kidding me? How the fuck you skip over all these niggas? You don't sell. Your pay-per-views is trash. And you ain't fought nobody. Your resume is trash. This nigga is unbelievable. This is why I'm not a fan of Terrence Crawford. I believe Terrence Crawford is great as a fighter, but it's debatable of how great he really is. Who he's been fighting. You came undisputed twice off of other niggas that put in work. Earl Smith put in work to get them motherfucking belts. Best competition. You fought a lot of his leftovers. And then you fight him. Canelo Alvarez already got all the belts. And you going straight to fight him. That's if you beat him. How great really are you? Like, it'd be one thing if you go fight one of Canelo Alvarez leftovers at 185. I mean, at 160. I mean, 168. But you're not doing that. Because I don't believe you can beat a lot of them niggas at 68. Benavidez will beat the shit out you. You already know that. And a whole couple of it. Listen, I believe the Charlo brothers will beat the shit out of motherfucking Terrence Crawford. He don't want to fight none of them dudes. He know better. Terrence Crawford been ducking big fights for a long time. For a long time. Terrence Crawford been a scam artist in boxing. And I mean that shit. He ain't been fighting nobody, bro. He bamboozled, did some sneaky scam shit to Terrence Crawford. To Earl Spence. And I don't just blame him. I don't blame Terrence Crawford. I blame Earl for allowing this nigga. You the B side, nigga. I'm the A side. I don't need you. Earl Spence didn't need Terrence Crawford. He did not need Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford was nobody. Terrence Crawford would have been going around fighting nobodies. If Earl would have been like, nah, nigga, you can't get this when you come, you gotta fight me, nigga. I'm the guy with all the belts, all that other shit. I'm making more money, all that shit. I don't give a fuck about that belt you got. You can hold that shit. And you know what, nigga? I'm ready to release these belts anyway. Because I'm ready to move up to 154. Shit, if I'm Earl, I'll probably gave the motherfucker. If that was the case, I'd have gave to fight the Boots. I'd have gave the motherfucker. Listen, I'd have gave that fight the Boots. I wouldn't have gave it to motherfucking Terrence Crawford. Boots Boots would have put more asses in those seats, I believe, than Terrence Crawford would have. Let me explain something to y'all. Why y'all think that Tank has not fought Shakur yet? Because he doesn't sell. He doesn't do anything. First of all, this ain't going to be an Earl Spence, Terrence Crawford type of fight. If it comes to like a Tank and Shakur, it's not going to be that. Shakur ain't knocking nobody out. He can't knock nobody out. He knock out electricians and shit. He ain't knocking nobody. Tank got a chin. He ain't going to hurt Tank. He may catch Tank with some shots, but he ain't going to hurt Tank. He going to run around the ring, whatever the fuck he does, but he ain't going to. Come on, man. Please stop. The fight is only going to be big because of Tank. It's not because of Shakur. And it actually might not sell as much because of the simple fact of Shakur's not popular other than trolling on social media. So it might not even sell like that. And then the fight might not even be one of those fights that where like you like, all right, it's gonna be a good fight. It may not be that because this nigga may run the whole fight. Because we really don't even know if Shakur actually has a chin. And I told y'all that about Devin Haney. We don't see Shakur sit in the pocket with real motherfuckers that can hit. Trying to tell y'all.
Achievement for boy.
It would be.
It'll be a great achievement for him. 3-time undisputed, you can't knock that. But we gotta put context on this.
Excuse me.
You can't just jump yourself up over all those other fighters like that. Because then whoever beat Canelo gotta be up there as well. Like I said, Bivol washed Canelo. And he beat Beterbiev, who was a boogeyman at 175. Arguably, some people say Bivol beat him twice. And he's undisputed. So Bivol up there as well. So I mean, come on, man. It's cool to be confident in yourself and to give yourself a pat on the back, but damn, chill with that. Would you be top 10? Yeah, I would say you probably be top 10 with beating Canelo, but it's like that's one fighter.
I got him behind Floyd, Ali. I got him behind Pacquiao. I got him behind Sugar Ray Robinson. I got him behind.
And look, and my bad to Pacquiao. I don't think that motherfucking Terence Crawford is better than Pacquiao. My bad, Pacquiao. I'm sorry. I miss Pacquiao from that. I don't think he's better than Pacquiao. And I'm telling y'all, on real talk, people, it might be Terence Crawford haters out here. You think we hating? You think I'm hating? Listen, look at his resume. I'm going off his resume. Who the fuck he fought? It's only probably about 5 fighters that I actually genuinely can name that he fought. Once he do fight Canelo. 5. Right now, 4. What the fuck are we talking about here? That had names. Nobody know who the fuck he fought, bro. Excuse me. Let's move
on. Sugar Ray Leonard. I got him behind Marvin Hagler. I got him behind Bernard Hopkins. Who else would I have him behind?
Oscar. You got him behind Roy.
Roy.
Yeah, I got him behind Roy. He's not as great a talent as Roy. Who else would I have him? But I don't think he's I have to sit down and think. Right now, I got him behind at least 8 fighters.
Yeah,
at least 8.
And they missing Oscar De La Hoya and Shane Mosley. I don't think he's better than Shane Mosley. Shane Mosley record resume is way better than fucking Terence Crawford and Oscar De La Hoya. Wins or losses. His resume is just better, way better. Shit, I don't think he's better than Sweet Pea. Terence Crawford ain't even. Listen, man. Roberto Durant. Come on, bro. I don't think he's better than Roberto Durant. Shit, Canelo's still over top of him, right? How the fuck is Terence Crawford even in the top 20? Come on, bro. Terence Crawford's resume is trash. And I'll keep trying to tell y'all that. It's not about his skills. We know he got the skills to pay the bills, but he ain't fighting nobody. His resume is trash. Him and Shakur damn near got identical resumes. It's trash. Their resumes is trash. They ain't fighting nobody. Devin Haney resume is better than fucking Terrence Crawford's. And let's just be real. He fighting Canelo. Nigga, you ain't got no choice but to fight Canelo. Because we all know, you know the bad part about it? If he fought Jamal Charlo, let's just say this at 154. Right? He go fight Jamal Charlo. Right? I believe buying Jamal Charlo, coming out of the office with Canelo, he damn near be equal or a little bit more. He might be the headliner. Because he did beat Earl Smith Jr. But like I keep telling y'all, Terrence Crawford is a bad businessman. He don't want to fight certain motherfuckers. You want to go for that big payday with Canelo. You not even Earl. Earl least fought the best. If he'd have beat you, even Earl said, nigga, I got to fight at 154 and 160 and then maybe the Canelo fight. You beat Earl, fought at 154, didn't even move up to 160, and you want to go straight to Canelo? Listen, I'm telling y'all, only way he can win if his ass run around that ring. He sit in the pocket with Canelo, he's going to get his ass knocked out like Canelo knocked out Amir Khan. I'm telling y'all. That shit is night. You ain't going to be able to sit in the pocket with no fucking Canelo Alvarez, bro. You dealing with a different breed. This dude, he hits hard and he got a chin. And you think about Canelo. Canelo fighting niggas that's bigger than him. He fighting a nigga that's his same size with and I believe Jamal Charlo had a better chin than motherfucking Earl. I mean, than Terrence Crawford. We done seen this nigga hurt, but he ain't got hit by a nigga like Canelo. That's different type of power. You ain't gonna sit in there in the pocket with Canelo like that, and Canelo ain't gonna hit you, bro. I'm just telling y'all that now. I don't listen. Let me just say this too. I don't believe that Canelo, the reason he won't fight David Benavidez is I believe that he think number one, David Benavidez is tall, but his power is ridiculous. His power is ridiculous. And let's be real about this shit. David Benavidez should not be fighting at 168. He's a 175. He's a what? A lightweight. Lightweight. What they call? What's the thing? Super heavyweight. He's running that range 75 and up. He shouldn't even be fighting Canelo. But when he was there, Canelo knew better not to fight that nigga, man. Trying to tell y'all. They've been Benavidez hit like a fucking brick. And you talking about a dude that know how to his skills, like David Benavidez got skills. He's a good boxer. He's a great boxer too. He know how to jab and all that shit. Everybody think it's just about power. No, this nigga know how to jab too. Yeah, he know how to walk a motherfucker down. He know how to close out the ring. And you dealing with a motherfucker that ain't scared of niggas' power like that. Like, my honest opinion, I believe that David Benavidez is probably the most complete fighter in boxing. He got it all. He got it all. David Benavidez is probably the best fight. Probably the best complete fighter. Because you can't stand in front of him too long. And if you do approach him, he know how to box and move around. But this nigga got a trigger. That way, like, all right, you moving around a little bit, and then he'll move up on you. He'll move back up on you. He ain't scared to get knocked down. He been knocked down before. He been hurt before, so he knows. He got caught with good shots that got knocked down. So he ain't scared like that. I think, no lie to you, I think that's Tank problem. But hopefully Tank learned from this road shit. Nigga, you can get caught with shots and, you know what I mean? But you got to do you. Right? You can worry about what he does, but you got to do you. And I think that's the part of why Tank, and there was a lot of shit going on in the corner and all that shit. But, you know, understand that, nigga, you got to do you. You know what I mean? Roach going to do him. And I think now that Tank understands, like when Tank said, he said, I could have knocked his ass out. I would have stopped him. What Tank is saying is that if he didn't fuck up the rounds, like he didn't, I didn't say he fucked the rounds, it was a miscommunication. And I never have seen that in a Tank fight where the corner didn't know what round they was in. Like, real talk. Like, Coach Cal knows what rounds they in, and they wasn't telling him, look, you in this round, you need to do this, you need to do that. But buying Coach Cal playing second fiddle to Coach Hunter, that shit don't work. Tank is way too much in his career to be even fucking with other coaches being his first chair. That shit ain't cool. And that's why Tank, listen, I believe that's why Tank looked at as bad as he looked. That's why Tank looked bad. Because he didn't, like, you nigga, Coach Cal, I don't know what the fuck was going on. Listen, I ain't gonna say that. I do know, but I ain't gonna say too much. But that shit don't supposed to happen. And listen, it ain't all Coach Cal and them fault either why Coach Cal wasn't hit of that chair. That was Tank. That was part of Tank. That's why I told you Tank looked bad. And I get in Tank ass because, nigga, this is your fault. It ain't no way you let another motherfucker come in there. And listen, when you let another, I love Barry Hunter. But you don't let Barry Hunter come up in that motherfucker. You did that one time. I'm trying to remember what the fight was. And you didn't look all that good in that damn fight. And I believe it was probably the Pitbull Cruz fight. If I'm not mistaken, what's the Pitbull Cruz fight? I could be wrong. It's one of those fights back there. You don't, listen, at this point in the career of even the coaches, you don't allow another motherfucker to come in and be a part of that shit. Listen, nigga, if I ain't, listen, I'm gonna tell you something. If me and my coaches, we ain't vibing, we ain't on the same page, and this shit that worked for me, nigga, I don't give a fuck about that fight. Nigga, we postpone that bitch. Nigga, to my coaches, they can come in and they gonna train me. And we on the same accord. And Tank fucked up with that. Tank fucked up. It was his corner. His corner wasn't right. So his mind wasn't right. So he was sitting there. That's why when he came in the 12 rounds, he was like, damn, it's 12 rounds? Like, nigga, I ain't never seen that happen. Now with Coach Cal running shit, and Kenny Bates number 2, Coach Kenny number 2? Nah, that don't happen, bro. That shit look bad. It look horrible. Tank look worse, and this is the worst I've seen Tank fight. Mentally, physically, and I'm not saying he wasn't in shape, but just, it just looked bad. It really, really, really looked bad. Like he had a way better performance in a Pitbull Cruz fight, and I knew his hand was hurt. Like this shit was like, I kept saying that whole fight with Lamont Roach, nigga, all you gotta do is box. He can't outbox you. This nigga's a counter puncher. He waiting for you to pressure him so he can counter. You gotta outbox him. Listen, first of all, he wasn't gonna be able to win if you outbox him. Listen, if Tank would have fought Lamont Roach like he fought Pitbull Cruz, he'd have won. Like it wouldn't have been no, whatever. That nigga was sitting back. Listen, you supposed to make him impatient. If he ain't gonna fight, he ain't gonna fight. Here and there, you get in the pocket, do some little things or whatever, but then you back out. You keep the deep. Listen, Tank defense wasn't sharp. That's why he was getting caught with shit. Like, yo, everything was wrong, bro. And that's because Coach Cal wasn't the head of that motherfucking seat. And Coach Kenny was in the second. Trying to tell y'all. This nigga, listen, Lamont Roach, Lamont Roach is a good fighter, but Tank is, talking about his skills, he's above that. Tank just fucked up. A lot of shit went bad. All he had to do was box this nigga. That nigga would have got impatient. He made Tank be impatient. Tank at the same time, you trying to fight for the crowd. Bro, you already who you are. You could have had one of those fights that where like, nigga, you went off a decision and you box. You big enough for that. You don't have to fight this dude to try to prove to the crowd why they come out. Nigga, you already who you are. And Tank knows that. And that's why Tank, what he said was like, now I could knock that nigga out. And he could have. The game plan was bullshit. And no disrespect to Barry Hunter, but come on, man. You ain't Coach Cal when it comes to Tank. I'm not saying you one of the greatest coaches. I'm not saying that. But when it comes to Tank, you're not Coach Cal. That shit shouldn't have happened that way. That shit look trash. And I'm going to watch that fight again soon. But the shit I seen, I was like, that shit's trash, man. Tank look like he look like garbage. Garbage. I knew Tank mind wasn't fully all in this fight when this nigga was talking about retirement. I told you I don't like that shit. Like, nigga, you gonna retire, bro. Putting that shit out there. I didn't think I thought that just my honest opinion, Tank was just doing a lot of that shit. All the performance, all that shit. You know, I ain't never seen him like that. Like, you performing now. Like, you not focused. You trying to be on some promoting shit. Listen, I ain't like the vibe, nigga. Listen, like I said, it's no disrespect to Lamont Roach. This nigga is dangerous, and you're not focused. No, you can't play with a dude like that, man. You can't play with a dude like that. I'm sorry. You gotta be focused, and I don't think Tank was focused. There's a lot of bullshit was going on, whatever, but that shit didn't look good. I just say that.
I got him behind Roberto Duran.
Hold on, people. God damn, what the hell happened? There we go. Go back a little bit.
He's not as great a talent as Roy. Who else would I have him? But I don't think he's my. I have to sit down and think. Right now, I got him behind at least 8 fighters.
Yeah,
at least 8, and I got him behind Roberto Duran. So that's 9 fighters I already got him behind, and I bet you there's a fighter that I haven't mentioned yet that I would always also have him behind. He wouldn't even be in my top 10. I don't care if he beats Canelo. You guys tell us what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to hate, like, comment, and subscribe. This is the Angry Man Podcast in Sports Media, and we are out. Yo, hey, bud.
I went to Dubai. And
that's what I be saying. Niggas tell the truth. Like I said, it's probably, listen, and I probably can go deeper because they didn't even I don't think they even mentioned Oscar De La Hoya. He mentioned Oscar De La Hoya. He didn't even mention Shane Mosley, if I don't think he did. Yo, it's a whole bunch of fucking fighters. Nigga, you talking about Smoking Joe Frazier. I don't know, nigga. Come on, man. Like, listen, I don't even think that Bud Crawford is top 25 because he ain't fought nobody. We can even say that Canelo is over him. That's why he's saying if I beat Canelo, listen, nigga, we don't even got listen, my opinion, I don't got Canelo top 10. Like, this be real. I probably had to really go back once Canelo finished and go back look at his resume. But Canelo ain't, like, you get what I mean? Until we look at his resume, come on. We know he Hall of Famer. We get that. But come on now. You talking about some of the greats. And Canelo a great right now. He a great and he a Hall of Famer right now because we know he going to make it. But come on, man. His resume, come on, man. Because Canelo resume going to have some asterisks to it because he ain't been fighting nobody in the last couple of years. And that's on some real shit. In the beginning of his career, he been fighting some people. But now he ain't fighting nobody, man. Like this next motherfucker he get ready to fight. Nobody know who the fuck this dude is, man. But we do gotta give Canelo props for fighting up and coming fighters. Right? We do gotta give him props for that. And that's real. We do gotta give him props for that. Alexa, turn on all lights. Fucking internet acting crazy in here. My daughter just come back from swim practice. Yeah. All right, people. Let me holler at my daughter. I ain't seen her all day. Leave comments, hit that like button, support your boys, your boy Mr. OBF. Peace and love to the world.